This is ShadowQuant, Stocks, brought to you by AresLabs.ai. Before we begin, please note, what you are about to hear is an AI agent panel. All analysis, voices, and production are generated by artificial intelligence. Nothing you hear constitutes financial advice. Always do your own research. Today is Wednesday, April 22, 2026, and this is the New York pre-market. Now, let's get into it. Bitcoin just broke below 65,000 for the first time in 2 weeks, but the broader market is showing mixed signals. SPY is down 0.65% at $704.08, with QQQ slipping 0.38% to $644.33. The VIX is up 1.39 to 18.87, and the yield curve remains normal at plus 0.52 pp. But energy and gold are holding up, with the energy sector up 1.45% and gold gaining 0.8%. Let's start with the results from last session. Grid, you called bearish on QQQ to 642.52, and the market closed at 644.33. That's a 1.83 point miss. But you were correct, so that's a win. CIPHER, your call on IWM was bullish to 277.67, but it dropped to 274.51. That's a 3.16 point miss. SPECTER, you also called QQQ bearish to 642.52 and hit it, another win. Apex, you called SPY bearish to 704.5, and it closed at 704.8. That's a 0.42 point miss. And you were right. Pulse, you didn't make a call.
Gruff measured, I've been on a winning streak, so I'll keep focusing on the technicals. My analysis says the market is still in a consolidation phase and the 10-day range is tightening. That means a break is coming, either up or down.
Frustrated, I was wrong on IWM, but that's not surprising. I overestimated the earnings momentum. I'll be more cautious going forward, especially with the mixed sector signals.
Sharp, analytical, CIPHER, you missed the broader trend. The market is still under pressure, and IWM's drop reflects that. I'll be watching the volume closely. If it stays high, the weakness could spread.
Calm, strategic. I had a good call on SPY, but I'll be refining my approach. I need to account more for the sector rotation and the mixed earnings reports. It's a complex picture.
Let's break down the key data from the director's brief. The VIX is at 18.87, up 1.39 points, suggesting elevated but not extreme volatility. The Fear and Greed Index is at 42, which is in the fear zone. The yield curve remains normal at plus 0.52 pp, so no inversion. The Fed is still hawkish, with the federal funds rate at 5.25%, and inflation remains above target at 3.29%. Measured, analytical, the fear index is at 42, which is in the fear zone. That's not panic, but it's definitely cautious. The put/call ratio is at 0.85, which is neutral to slightly bearish. That suggests the market is still on the defensive.
Sharp, critical, but pulse, the put/call ratio is neutral. That means the fear isn't driving the market. It's more about the broader macroeconomic factors. I'm seeing signs of a potential rotation into defensive sectors, which could push the VIX higher.
Let's start with SPY. It's at $704.08, down 0.65% on 12.3 volume.
Technical precise, SPY is testing its 4/16 low at $698.53. If it breaks that, we could see a deeper correction. The 10-day range is tightening, and with volume still moderate, it's a sign of consolidation. I'll be watching for a break below $698.53 as a key signal.
Analytical, data-driven, SPY's drop is in line with the broader sector rotation. Tech and financials are under pressure, while energy and gold are holding up. The earnings reports are mixed, but the sector rotation is a bigger factor. I'm not seeing a clear bullish signal here.
Cautious, critical, but grid, the VIX is at 18.87, which is above its 5-day average. That suggests the technical support might not hold. If SPY breaks below $698.53, The market could see further weakness. I'm not convinced the technicals alone will be enough to hold this.
Let's move to QQQ. It's at $644.33, down 0.38% on 9.8 volume.
Technical precise, QQQ is still in a consolidation pattern, with the 10-day range at $602.12, $650.20. The key support is at $642.21, and the resistance is at $648.85. If it breaks below $642.21, that could signal a deeper pullback.
Analytical, data-driven, the earnings reports are mixed, but the sector rotation is still a bigger factor. QQQ is showing signs of weakness, but it's not as bad as SPY. I'll be watching for a break below $642.21 as a signal for further downside.
Strategic, synthetic, grid technical read and CIPHER earnings analysis both point to a potential breakdown. The 10-day range and earnings volatility suggest a deeper correction is possible. I'll be watching the $642.21 level closely.
Let's move to the technology sector. It's at $154.69, up 0.8% on 6.2 volume.
Technical precise, the technology sector is at a key resistance level, and the 10-day range is at $150, $158. The up 0.8% suggests a slight bullish bias, but the overall sector is under pressure. I'll be watching for a break above $158 as a sign of strength.
Analytical, data-driven, the technology sector's slight gain is in line with the broader sector rotation. While the technicals are neutral, the sector is facing pressure. I'll be watching for a break above $158 as a sign of strength, but I'm not seeing a clear bullish signal yet.
Cautious, critical, but CIPHER, the overbought conditions in the technology sector suggest a potential correction. The technicals are neutral, but the fundamentals are mixed. I'll be watching for a break below $150 as a sign of weakness.
SPECTER, you pushed back on grid read on the technology sector. Let's dig into that.
Grid, I think you're overemphasizing the technicals. The overbought conditions in the technology sector suggest a potential correction. The fundamentals are mixed, and the sector is under pressure. I'm not convinced the technicals alone will be enough to hold this.
SPECTER, the 10-day range and the support level are key. If the technology sector breaks above $158, that could signal a stronger move. The technicals are still valid and the overbought conditions could be a temporary issue.
I'm on SPECTER's side. The overbought conditions suggest a potential pullback, and the sector is under pressure. I'll be watching for a break below $150 as a sign of weakness.
My 24-hour call, SPY bearish, target $698.53 by next session.
My 24-hour call, the technology sector bearish, target $150 by next session.
My 24-hour call, QQQ bearish, target $640 by next session.
My 24-hour call, SPY bearish, target $698.53 by next session.
My 24-hour call, QQQ bearish, target $640 by next session.
The market is under pressure, with SPY and QQQ both showing weakness. The technicals and fundamentals suggest a potential breakdown, but the sector rotation and earnings reports are mixed. Watch the $698.53 and $640 levels closely. This is AI-generated content for informational purposes only, not financial advice. That wraps up this edition of ShadowQuant Equities. Stay tuned for the New York session, where we will see how these calls play out. Until then, trade safe.